Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin hasn't really moved since the last update yesterday. In my update yesterday, I gave you the first target for this move to the upside, and it was the 1.236 Fibonacci extension level of this smaller degree first wave. This level was at 47,240 and was already reached. The market clearly is reacting to that level. And we take a look at what's happening here on the shorter time frame in a minute. Let's zoom out a little bit. I'm not going to take a look at the daily chart now because we did that in the last video. So feel free to check out the last video for a little bit more context. But in short, our primary scenario for various weeks has been that this is a wave 4 correction and that one more high should happen in wave 5 of either a larger A wave or a third wave. So the idea was, okay, wave 3 topped, wave 4, which is typically a sideways correction. It clearly so far is a sideways correction. Surely, it could still come down and surprise. B waves can sometimes overshoot. So it could easily be an A overshooting B wave, C wave down. But at the moment, due to the breakout, we can watch for higher prices until support levels break. But, that's just the detailed stuff. So let's first of all talk about our primary scenario here. The idea was that as long as our support range is holding, which is the key the key support area for this overall scenario, that this is a wave 4. As long as that's holding, and main support was at 34K roughly, so quite far away, but I never really assumed we would get there, but ideally I would have liked to see at least the price touch the 23.6 Fibonacci level, for example, at 39,360. So the wave 4 was extremely weak, but very long sideways, okay? But anyway, the idea was as long as support is holding, one more high should materialize in wave 5. So this wave count hasn't changed for a long time and it's very, very consistent. So the idea is that this fifth wave might be unfolding right now and we should see the price in this fifth wave get to at least 50K. At the moment, we are watching for a 5-wave move to the upside. The current assumption is due to the break above the recent highs that wave 4 finished. It's not very much confirmed yet, but that's our working thesis here. As long as certain support levels are holding, that I'm going to take a look at on the smaller time frame when I zoom in a minute. But the idea is that we are watching for the price to get there, and it's the price needs to fill in 5 waves. So of this low that was reached formed on the 3rd of January, we need to see 5 waves to confirm that. 1, 2, 3, maybe still unfolding, 4, 5, and that can take us to 50,000. That's also the next major Fibonacci level on the chart. And surely it could extend a little higher. In fact, the Fibonacci projections for wave 5 as a whole are basically showing an area between 50,500 to around about 57,000. So let's see if we get there into this area. And that's sort of currently the working thesis, that wave 4 is finished. However, this structure isn't very trustworthy, so we still have to be prepared, especially this week. And that's probably why Bitcoin has chosen such a structure, because it is very flexible. An overshooting B wave could be developing of a still unfolding 4th wave. So that's possible. I don't suggest the C wave will come down that much if it still unfolds. But basically, if the support levels are breaking, then we are probably falling back into wave 4. Wouldn't be unusual in a structure like that. I just have to highlight it. That's your risk management count. The support levels would remain unchanged, the overall support for wave 4. So please be aware, this could still be a high B wave. We're currently not moving up in an impulse, and a high B wave can really only be ruled out once we see a break. Well, not a break, but once we see 5 waves up. At the moment, we only have 3. And yes, there are some guidelines about high B waves. Some people say they shouldn't really retrace more than the 138% level of the A wave. So we're already slightly above that, or we already broke slightly above that. That's not a hard rule, however. It's more a guideline. In crypto, I have seen higher B waves. Now, the thing is, I am already leaning to the wide count because we broke above the recent highs, but it's worth being cautious. So that's different from, okay, I'm very confident about this count. Now let's go to the 30-minute chart. I added a micro support level as well, but let's talk about the key support levels. The main support here hasn't changed from yesterday. So the idea was that, yeah, okay, let's see if wave 4 finished here on the 3rd of January. Then this was a wave 1 and a wave 2. We're now basically in this third wave, which is an ABC structure because we're dealing with a diagonal. Now, if this is a C wave that's currently unfolding, I highlighted the absolute minimum expectation to make it a likely wave 3 is that the price reaches the 47,240 level. That was perfectly reached. You see how relevant these Fibonacci extension levels are. Market reacted clearly to the Fibonacci level, gets rejected. I would prefer actually another stretch. It just would make it a clearer wave C. It's 3. It's already valid, so it doesn't need it. And it doesn't need it. I just mean if we get one more high, it wouldn't be surprising and would actually be ideal for the structure. But if this current pullback turns out to be a little longer, and a little bit deeper, and we reach sort of the area below 46K, it would indicate we're already in the larger fourth wave before one more high happens, then ideally in 5. So you see these overlaps. So this is a small micro support area that technically would allow for one more high in wave C of 3. There is a bit of an overlap between these two support areas, so it's not that clear cut, okay? But I will probably treat it as wave 4 once we get a sustained break below 46,040, which is the 23.6 Fibonacci level of the larger support box. And as long as 44,240 main support is holding, that's the golden ratio, the 61.8 retracement level of the current third wave. So it might change if the third pushes higher. Well, as long as we're holding above that level, I'm going to watch for a wave 5 while being cautious. Because really only with these 5 waves we can confirm that the fourth wave is over. So it's not a very good structure and situation to be in when trading the micro, but it sort of is still in line with our overall primary scenario of another high to 50K. So maybe just relax, zoom out a little bit. Don't try to trade the micro so much, or at least don't be too aggressive, especially not this week. But yeah, what happens if we break below support, 44,240? Well, we're likely going to break back into the C wave of wave 4. That's my update about Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. And if you're interested in daily updates about the S&P 500, video updates, as well as regular updates about stocks, then check out our S&P 500 and stock service. You'll find the link in the description. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.